Good morning or good afternoon, whenever and wherever this greeting reaches you. Welcome to CoCo Workshop number 2. Today's focus is on the importance of and tools for effective college research. You may be saying to yourself, I'm already doing good research. Okay then, you do you. You are right where you need to be in the college process. If, on the other hand, you are thinking, I really haven't researched that much beyond a few colleges I already know, then hopefully this session inspires. Effective college research. Why is it so important? It is interesting that this week's workshop for juniors coincides with the week of May 1 and seniors making final decisions about where to enroll. Some seniors have known for some time where they are headed this fall, yes, but there are many others still weighing options, torn between the schools they have narrowed it down to, all places where they see themselves happily thriving. You may be wondering, how did they get there? How will I get there? There are approximately 5,300 colleges and universities in the U.S., but with thoughtful and thorough research, your college process can feel manageable, and do I dare say, fun? Or at least not as anxiety-producing as some would have you believe? If, through your research, you find that you could be happy in multiple places, then yay! For many students, there isn't just one perfect fit or a dream school. Now is the time to keep an open mind. Be receptive to suggestions from your counselor. Building a thoughtful and balanced list is an intentional effort. It should come as no surprise. The majority of students need to spend more time researching target and likely schools. Please take this research as seriously as for your reaches. Targets and likelies are the foundation of your college list and will be where you most likely receive good news. Here is a glimpse of stats from the class of 2019 that highlights the point I just made. More balance now, more options later. We are currently living in unprecedented times, but on the upside, what's happening in the world has forced us all to pause, to affirm or perhaps reset what matters to us most, to reflect on how we see ourselves, who we want to be in the future, what gifts we have to give the world, what more we have to learn. Dig deep. Identify your values and priorities. For some, this may be the first time you are being asked to intentionally be introspective, and it can be challenging. Heck, even adults struggle with it. But if you lean into this experience, you will walk away with a greater sense of self and purpose that isn't tied to any particular college. Just because a college has a very recognizable name is no guarantee that it is the right college for you. Hopefully, the majority of you have completed your second survey and have had, or will soon, your second meeting with your college counselor. One of the most important sections of this survey is where you rank criteria from 1, very important, to 5, not at all. I review this section with students and ask them to rethink their 1s as needs and 2s as wants, or in other words, must-haves and it would be nice. We purposefully include academic and social needs in the survey. While the primary reason to attend college is to advance your education, the social experience is equally cherished. For many graduates, myself included, fond memories of college go well beyond academic experiences and are about lasting connections. When researching academic opportunities on campus, rely less on reputation alone. Instead, focus on how their offerings support your individual needs as a learner, your intellectual interests, and career goals. And since most of your time spent in college will be outside of the classroom, consider all of the extracurricular, co-curricular experiences offered on campus. Traditions, affinity groups, Greek life, service learning, wellness. Use your college survey responses to remind you what kinds of questions to ask and where to delve deeper when conducting research. Also remember, your needs and wants can change over time. They aren't fixed. This is an iterative process. As you clarify criteria, as your research expands and deepens, your college list will become more and more refined. Thoughtful research allows a student to self-advocate by making a compelling case for the college. In this Venn diagram example, the applicant is one circle, college the other, where the overlap is, represents the fit. You need to be able to articulate how you can nurture your interests and realize your goals given the college's specific opportunities. You will hear us say this a lot. Specificity is key. Admissions officers know what their institutions offer. They don't need you to tell them about their awesome location, top ranking, or world renowned faculty. What they don't know and want to know is why you do what you do and how you envision yourself pursuing the academic and social opportunities at their school. Who will you be on their campus? In my experience as an admissions officer and a college counselor, when it comes down to it, students often choose where to attend college based on a sense of belonging, choosing the community they are most excited to join and contribute to, one that affirms who they are and supports who they are becoming. Let's take a moment now to consider and write about one of the communities to which you already belong and your place in it.
How to conduct effective research. Conducting effective research is all about finding both match and fit. Match refers to falling into a school's admitted student academic profile. Remember, you can always talk to your college counselor about this, and in an upcoming CoCo workshop, we'll go over a number of helpful tools for you to determine match. Fit refers to the qualities of a campus that align with your priorities and interests. Think about the matchmaking section of your second college survey you did. We do recognize that your college research process may look different this year. College research during COVID-19. Many students experience that aha moment when they first step foot onto a college campus. They get a sense of the vibe that's hard to articulate. Something in your gut just tells you the college feels right. As counselors, we ask students to further explore that feeling and try to identify the root causes of it. But that's not always easy to do. The college search process during COVID-19 presents a challenge because you may not get that feeling or the vibe of a school without physically being on campus. For some, this factor isn't important, but for others, it's essential. Now more than ever, students need to be very intentional about the colleges they are considering and utilizing the full suite of resources to make the best possible decisions down the line. It's less than ideal, but you need to lean into this new normal and get as much information as possible to make informed decisions. Here are some examples of reliable resources when researching. First, virtual engagement is going to be the new normal for the time being. With COVID-19 leaving colleges uncertain about when they will reopen, you will see schools ramping up their virtual presence. Just as you would do under normal conditions, starting with a tour and information session is always a good start. Be mindful that the information you are presented with during information sessions and tours is general and broadly applicable to the entire institution. You'll get an overview of the college, but you'll need to go beyond these sessions to get information that's specific to your interests and needs. Colleges are getting creative with Zoom and other online platforms. Take advantage of these programs that could provide deeper insight into the college experience. 2. The college's website. This is going to be your primary resource for objective information about the college. Engaging with each college's website is a must. Take a look at the mission statement, course offerings, professor profiles, student organizations, admissions blogs, and official social media accounts run by the university. 3. You can have conversations with current students or even HM alumni attending the institution. And 4. Take a look at college review guides and books like the Fisk Guide, Niche.com, Princeton Review, and Colleges That Change Lives. These all provide helpful snapshots and reliable information. Here's an example of the kind of information course catalogs can provide. This one is from Skidmore. This particular course showcases the interdisciplinarity of environmental issues, politics, public policy, and economics. Take a look as you research colleges to find courses that catch your eye. And here's a tip. Later, you can reference a particularly interesting course in your supplemental essay, so take notes. Sources to take with a grain of salt. While there's so much information at your fingertips, it's also important to distinguish your sources. There are a few resources we'd caution you to think about critically. For example, things like College Confidential, Reddit, and unofficial social media accounts. It's not that any of these resources are particularly bad, but they could be heavily biased. While these examples might provide additional insight, we encourage that whatever you read, you take with a grain of salt. Think about it this way. Could one person's review of a college of 35,000 undergraduates fairly capture everyone's experience? Probably not. Work hard now, thank yourself later. We find that as some students complete their college applications, the quality of their research and writing declines as they work through their reaches down to their likelies. This is a big mistake. Admissions officers read thousands of applications every year. A single admissions officer might be in charge of reading upwards of 2,000 applications. They can easily spot thoughtful and well-researched applications versus one that was pulled together on a whim. After writing multiple drafts of lots of supplements, it will feel tempting to recycle essays. However, this is often ineffective because each supplement needs to be specific to the college and its opportunities. This is why it's so helpful to collect your data early. If you're researching colleges now, keep notes of what stands out to you. It will help you tremendously in the future. That's it for now. In future CoCo workshops, we'll go over additional tools and advice for list building and essay writing. Thanks for listening.